What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Renebean. Welcome to another episode of Bootleg Central, the series where I take a look at some of the world's finest bootleg consoles on a quest to find something absolutely amazing. But a lot of times it's just complete and utter shit. This may be no exception to that rule at all. As you can see, it says Sega Mega Drive 2, but this has nothing to do with Sega. I mean, it's got Mario games plastered on the back of it, one of which appears to be from the Wii. This thing's probably going to be terrible, but we're going to find out. Who knows, this thing could change my mind completely, and it could be just absolutely amazing, but there's only one way to find out that things are already falling apart, because it is ready to escape this package. Sit back and relax. Let's check out the Sega Mega Drive 2. Alright guys, so this one was sent in, and when I opened this up, it completely blew my mind. I've never seen nothing like this. Just to have so much copyright infringement, slathered all over it. Sega, official Sega, even turn Mega Drive, all this. Then when you go to turn it on the back here, and you see all these other copyrights, these limited copyrights down here, it's absolutely, it's terrible. And then you go and look at some of these game selections, as you can see. And, you got Contra. And, of course, there was Contra Hard Corps on Sega Genesis. But you look right below that, and you got Mario here. That appears to be like Mario Party 8 or something from the Wii. It doesn't... This doesn't look right at all. It says it's got Mortal Kombat 5 on here. Now, where it gets interesting with this thing outside... Now, I will say the packaging on it is not bad. It looks like something that could be displayed, but... I have no idea about this thing. So let's read some of this right here. It says, it has been designed to bring you the best in gameplay action. Custom built processors, this is ridiculous. Custom built processors will provide you with the ultimate experience in graphics, sound, and ultra fast gaming. I mean, it is Sega, right? Blast processing, come on. There are over 200 games available for the Mega Drive in categories to suit all your gameplay demands. The Mega Drive 2 is easily upgradable to handle Mega CD games with the addition of the Mega CD peripheral with the Mega Drive 2 if you're ready for the future. Now, that alone right there blows my mind, because if this bootleg made an additional bootleg for the CD, I don't understand how any of this is going to work. The Mega Drive 2 plays all Mega Drive games, which it does have a slot, so I guess that's what it's talking about. You can play your actual Genesis games with it. And it may have the side slot if you had an actual Sega CD. We'll check that out. The Mega Drive 2 will play your Master System game cartridges with the addition of the Master System Converter 2 available, separately. I'm wondering if it's wanting you to use official Sega, products to make this work. And if it does, I actually have the converter. We can see if that'll work or not. It would surprise the hell out of me if it does. That could give this thing one leg up that I wouldn't think was there at all. But just looking at some, I don't understand. Let's open this thing up and see what it's about. But again, the packaging, it's pretty neat actually. It doesn't look bad at all. That's why it confused the hell out of me whenever I first opened this thing up. Video game console, and it uses pictures of official 6-button Sega Genesis controllers. I've looked at this thing before. These are not what you see here. Check this out. Alright, let's go ahead and slide this thing out and put this off to the side here. First of all, your biggest reasoning to a bootleg console, there it is right there. 10 games in one. If you have a clone system that can play any library, let's say you have an NES clone, you could put on the packaging, oh yeah, it plays 800 games or so, as long as you got them. That's what this thing's trying to do. But what this gives you is 10 games in one. Alright. So these are, again, they try to say Sega on top of it. Sega does not make quality like this. This quality is terrible. As you can see, look at the elevation of those buttons right there. That is, I mean, those are skyscraper buttons right there. The D-pad feels extremely loose, like you can feel the D-pad move as you do that. The cord appears to be about a foot long. If that's the case, this thing's already got, oh, I know we got, this cord's 2 foot long. Come on now. Sega wouldn't do that to its fans at all. Oh, this just feels so unnatural. This feels like a 3D printed controller, for decoration. I don't know where this thing originated from. The reason for that is when it came to me, you can see we have the different input here for 110, but I do have a converter to plug. Hopefully this thing won't blow up in my house. I don't know. I've never had to use one of these converters before to make this thing actually work. We got one more controller here, same with that awesome length of cord. And then the console itself, at least it came. Now this thing is light. I am telling you, this thing. You know how they say an ant can carry like 1 billion times its own weight? It'd have no problem lifting this thing. Here is the unit itself, and even if it's so light, if they would just put some sort of weight or object and give it a little more weight, people would probably feel like. I mean, I feel this thing could actually levitate if it's not held down. The power button. Look at how it moves the reset button. I mean, Sega would never give quality to something like this, or never do this to an object. Sega, just like Nintendo, has standards. High grade, multi-purpose use for the cartridge slot. And it just looks... You can't really see inside there, but like probably the whole board itself is like that big. This thing... Sega Mega Drive 2. I will say at least the reset button has a nice click to it, which I like. The power button does feel like it's about to break, though. I probably shouldn't do that or it's going to short out. Control 1 and 2, your standard, what is that, a 7-DIN plug, or 9, whatever it may be. Manual, 16-bit 2. That's all that says. Function of each, parry by pictures. What the... we don't need instructions. It's got a cord. We got all this ready to go. We got this fancy 10 games in one. I want to know where Mario is, because that would be some extreme false advertising now if on the back of it, because I can't play a Mario game on Genesis outside of like a ROM hack game. Let's head over into the game room and put this Sega Mega Drive to test here. To the test, and see if this thing's actually gonna... Look at this, it even says Sega on the back like it's official. This thing is not official, guys. Don't let this fool you. I don't want to see that one comment that says, well, actually, no, you should know better than that. So let's head over to the game room. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so we are here in the game room. I got this thing hooked up. The cord is stupidly short. And I can't... There's no way you can attach it to a Sega CD. It has no slot for it, whether it be from the bottom or the side. And the Master System converter, you can't use that because the back of it would connect or would touch right on the wires. That box lied to us right away. We're going to try this system without any games in there, see if it loads up. It probably has some pre-builts already into it. I apologize for the way the camera will look. It'll probably be terrible quality, but that's the only way I can record. I don't have any devices to do so without it. So let's see if we cut it on. Hey, it actually loaded up. That's a good sign. Let's see here. Sonic 1, it's going to be number 1. I don't imagine why it wouldn't be. Let's see see how it performs at least. Oh, that sounds weird. I don't know why that is. Music just doesn't sound right. I don't know why. Maybe it's sped up, slowed down a little bit. No, the game doesn't seem slowed down. It just seems like that sound is off. Like it is like just like maybe like a half octave higher or something. The buttons are very unresponsive. Maybe it's just lag, but I just got a feeling the controller's just that bad. Let's move on from that. Oh man, these bootlegs get harder and harder to play each time. We got Block Out, classic, apparently. Ping Pong, Omega Ray. Alright, we got Monster Sonic. Let's see what Monster Sonic is. That would be awesome if it's a different game. It doesn't appear to be. It's most likely going to be Sonic. Hey, Sonic Team presents Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, son of a bitch. Alright. There's no difference in this. Was it going to be, like, a lot of times, I don't understand it about bootlegs, but I think they try to get one over on people. You know, it says it's got 368 games, but in reality it's got like 4. And you just got multiple titles for the same game. Tetris, there we go. Now, I'm a huge fan of Tetris. You know, Tetris 99 Battle Royale, that's been my jam for the past few weeks. Let's see what this is about. Oh, I just got a feeling this is not... Oh, here it goes. Oh, what is this? Oh, is this that 3D Tetris game? They had something like this, on the Virtual Boy? Oh, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted an actual Tetris game. This is a very confusing... Oh, Lord. Whoever made this, man, had the right dose of drugs to pull something like this off. Alright, this is not Tetris to me. I don't know what form of Tetris that is, what system it came out on. I know there's Virtual Boy, there was a Tetris game like that. Alright. Spider Sonic. I got my bets on this. It said this is going to be Sonic, but it's named Spider Sonic. Let's find out. We're off to a good start. You can't make this up. Typically now, it's weird. Like with bootlegs, they'll have, it'll say however many games, and I'll have, the same game 50 times, but it's usually like a different level, different part in the stage. This one just, it didn't even try. It just said, this is Spider Sonic. The only difference is in the title. If you don't like it, then move along. Alright, let's see. Let's move on. Let's see what some of the MD Sonic Boy. Alright. If you think I'm kidding, place your bets now on what type of Sonic game this is going to be. My guess, and this is an educated guess based on what I've seen from the past 5 games, this is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see. I can't make this up, fellas. This is what it is. Sonic the Hedgehog. Green Hill Zone Act 1. There we go. Alright. Let's see if there are any other games besides Sonic. Alright, here we go. Mario Ping Pong. I don't even think Mario has a ping pong game. Hell, I could be wrong, but this is the only game that I've seen so far that has Mario in the title. Maybe they just wanted to get a Mario game or the Mario in the title in one of these games, because hell, they got a picture of it on the back of the console. Here it is. Pure Bite presents Ass, the game. Here it is. Oh, nah. Who would have thought it's just going to be a Pong clone? I don't know nothing about this. I know someone out there's going to be like, well, back in such and such time, this Pong game came out. Mario was the developer. Alright, that's terrible. That's just awful. All these are just going to be clones. You got Soccer News, Sonic Boy, Dragon. Alright, what's Dragon Block? I swear to God, if this is the Tetris game, we're done with it. Son of a bitch. Why have I done this to myself? There it is! You can't make it up! It's Dragon Block! Alright. Alright, enough of that. It does come with the 10 games in one cartridge. We're going to see if any of these games are different. Oh, God, you feel like you're going to break it when you put it in there. Oh, sweet. It's actually got borders, kind of like Altered Beast does. Alright, let's see. Adventure in the Park. We obviously got to start with the stand-up title here. Alright. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I got some sort of projectile that moves, 2 foot in front of my body. I appear to be a gnome. There's a key and there's a chest. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh God, this is terrible. Alright, enough of that. I don't know what that is. A lot of bootleg games can be like Famicom games or Super Famicom games that have been, ripped off. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Fish Tank Live. Oh my goodness. What is this just a fish tank? It's like Breakout, I guess, except it's a fish tank and I'm a crab trying to bounce this ball. Some of these little bubbles up here look extremely sad because they know their demise is coming. This is playable. I can't argue that fact. I mean, I've never been the biggest fan of Breakout, but this is working. The music's horrible, but it's catchy. I mean, that's what kind of makes good music, I guess. If it's catchy, it can be as bad as it can be, but if it's catchy, it's all in your head. Alright, enough of you. Let's see what else we got. Hidden Agenda. Alright, this obviously is going to be the big ticket game right here. How to play. You press play game. That's how you play. Follow the rule. Does not follow the rule. What is... what rule is there? I should have looked on how to play. I'll say it... Alright. I don't know any of this. I'm just guessing shit. It's a left and right. Pick a thing. Following the rule. I don't know what this is about. Alright. I probably should have looked at how to play. But that's a game I wouldn't have played to begin with. Plumbing contest. There we go. If we're going to have a Mario game, it's going to be plumbing contest. I at least have to guess. I mean, hell, that's the only reason Mario can swim underwater is because he is a plumber, man. It's the only thing that makes sense. Alright. Oh, this has nothing to do with plumbing. What is this? Oh, is this kind of... It's kind of like the BioShock hacking scene, you know, the sequences, which I thoroughly enjoy. I can't pick my pieces. It just comes up one at a time. Here's another example of a game that you won't see me play. Game over. Of course it's game over. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Alright. One more game on this thing. Sparkling Truffle or Tropical Labyrinth. Well, we've had enough drugs for today. Tropical Labyrinth it is. How to play. Look at the egghead in the top right. That's amazing. It kind of reminds me of Earthbound characters in a sense. Just play the game. We obviously are geniuses at all these games. Is this just a maze? This is the easiest maze I've ever encountered in my life. There's no buttons. It's so unresponsive. There we go. That was stupid. This is a terrible game. Alright, enough of that. We're going to try a real... Since we can't play Master System games, we can't play Sega CD games, I got a game here for the Sega Genesis, Wings of War. Pretty awesome shooter. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It would surprise me if it does. God, I don't want to put my cartridge in there like I'm scared it'll hurt it, but we've gone this far. Oh, snap. The Mega Drive 2 just got some points. If this plays okay, then it looks okay. I don't see any defects in the screen. The sound sounds right. Other than the controller being unresponsive. Look at that. Huh. It's actually playing and working. Good points for that. This is an amazing game. I'm not the biggest fan of shooters, but this is one that not bad at all. Alright, enough of that. So what are my thoughts? Let me unplug this thing here. What are my thoughts on this unit right here? Well, since it doesn't play, obviously, Master System games, Sega CD games, I didn't expect it to begin with. For its price, I don't know how much this thing was or where you even got it, but if you can get this thing for $10, it's a decent little Sega Genesis clone. It's got some terrible built-in games, you know, considering they just don't sound right, don't play right. But if you just needed something to play Genesis games, I'd still go with a different option. The quality on this thing is not that great. The controls feel horrible, and it's super light. But to be able to make a video for you guys out there, because I know some of y'all like watching these weird bootleg clones and consoles, it was still fun to do. So with that said, everybody out there in this wonderful world, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.